Hey everyone, happy Monday night. And we are live on the YouTube. And I'm glad to be here with you guys tonight. And it looks like YouTube also updated their live platform streaming service on here. So it's kind of cool, a little bit different than before. But, anyways, guys, happy Monday. And hope everyone had a great weekend. And if you haven't yet checked it out, if you didn't know where I was at a large Steam show. It's actually one of the largest on the East Coast at the Rough and Tumble um, Historic Engineers Historic Society at Rough and Tumble, and great event, guys. Great people over there, and that video is up on the channel. So if you haven't checked it out yet, please do give that video some love. Lots of steam power. Even if you're not a locomotive or a train buff, and you're in the tractors, you're gonna love it. And if you're not in the tractors and you're a steam and locomotive buff, you're going to love it too. So it's for everybody. And it's a really cool video. Shows lots of moving equipment, all different types of farming equipment from way back when. And it is one heck of a property there. So check it out. We have got some comments in here already. We got Fan of Trains. Hello. Brian Cahill. Hello. And William. What's up, guys? How's everyone doing tonight? Got 7 people watching so far. Tonight, I'm running a very strange consist, and I'll tell you guys why. And give me a second here. Let me turn the air conditioner up a little bit. But anyways, guys, I still have a lot of my trains in totes that are still ready to be unpacked downstairs. So I haven't had a chance to work with those, I guess. So I need a little bit of air. Back up a little bit. There we go. A little bit of cold air up here. I need some nice cold air because it is a little toasty up here. What's up, DT Shortline? What's up, William? William Bailey. Hello, hello. So tonight's concepts of trains, we're running an engine or a locomotive. In this case, kind of give you guys a hint of what it is. It's not an engine. It's a locomotive that I haven't ran in a while, and it's probably one of my most rare. Between these and my CNJ 113, these are probably my rarest locomotive set in my entire collection. I've ran them a lot before, but I haven't ran these in probably about a year, honestly, for the channel at least. I've run these guys periodically. I don't really like taking them out to shows. They're pretty fragile, and they're really rare, and it's hard to find parts for them if they were to blow up or whatnot. So we'll be running that set, which you guys will see a little bit later. But yeah, if you guys haven't yet, please check out my Rough and Tumble video. This weekend, I'll be at Williams Grove on, I think I have one of the days this weekend. Then I've got the Williams Grove next. So not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, I'll be at Williams Grove filming their steam show. So steam and engine show at the Grove. Huge train and steam and engine gas show. They do all kinds of demonstrations. They do sawmill, tractor pulls, all that kind of stuff too. And I plan on filming more of everything at the Williams Grove property because it's a much smaller property than Rough and Tumble. Rough and Tumble's huge, and there's so much stuff there, and you only get a limited amount of time. So Rough and Tumble is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or something like that. I couldn't make it because of Wednesday, Thursday I had to work. Friday I had a previous obligation, so I went on Friday and I could not go because of Saturday. I had an obligation that Saturday. So I only had one day at Rough and Tumble. Williams Grove, I should be able to knock everything out in a day, depending on what I film. So we'll see how it all plays out. But it's going to be a steam and engine show. They also have the train room that's there. I might be helping out with that a little bit. We'll see how time goes. I might be there this weekend checking some stuff out. So we'll definitely have to see. But anyways, hopefully everyone's having a good Monday thus far. It wasn't too bad of a Monday, to be honest. Oops. Trying to get everything situated here. But yeah, tonight we're running just a really random set of cars with this locomotive here. The set of cars that go with this locomotive are still in totes somewhere. So that's the plan for tonight. And also, I started at 7. Usually, I've been starting at like 7:30 ish, just to get to bed a little bit earlier. So I might end around like 8:30 ish. We'll see how it goes. I got a lot to do tomorrow. I got to wake up very early for work. What's up, Jeff? How's it going? And also, this is a totally different like mainframe here for the live streams on YouTube. So it's a little bit different. It looks a little bit different than what I'm used to. So I'm getting used to that as well, and some other technology thrown in here. But anyways, I'll show you guys what we're running here in just a second. Hanging in there, man. Always hanging in there. I'm running a very rare piece that I probably won't bring out to a train show. It's too fragile, but it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's oh god. All right. So tonight we'll be running these bad boys right here. There you go. The DD1. So there's my Long Island DD1s. Now these locomotives came out in I think 1908 or 1912, something like that. 1914, right around there. And these were for third rail electrics. So that's what this shoe is right here. That's for a third rail pickup. So this locomotive could pick up electric off the track. And these ran on the Pennsylvania Railroad first. So this is a Long Island set, which is pretty rare. There's some parts floating around on eBay. You can find like a shell or two. But basically, these locomotives were built for shuttling cars underneath of, I believe, Grand Central or Penn Station, New York, because steam engines were forbidden to go underneath the tunneling of New York. So the third rail, these bad boys right here were very strong. I think they had Westinghouse motors in them, and they ran in 600 volt DC system, and they would run the shuttling of cars from one end of the pretty much the city to the other, getting people out into New York City taxiing. So these were originally Pennsylvania Railroad. Then what happened, the PRR went to other electric locomotives after electrifying the Northeast Corridor, and they gave these to their subsidiary, the Long Island. So Long Island ran these up until the 1960s. I think I read something, the last one ran in either 1963 or 1968. So they were running pretty late on the Long Island Railroad. And Long Island Railroad's still around today. They just have more modern train sets than this locomotive right here. But yeah, they're pretty cool. And they would always be a married pair. That's the other cool thing with these. So we have 344A. Then back here we have 344B. So basically, you would have a matched set. Like you wouldn't see one DD1 riding up front. And the DD1 comes from the truck variation. So I believe that is the DD truck set. Is this 04, or it's pretty much like an 044, but it's a DD power truck set. And then the one set is this just pilot in the front. So I thought that was kind of interesting too. The Pennsylvania came with a railroad system of a classification system for their truck size. So if you see like E or G or D, it means what type of truck they put on it for power. Like a B set, like what are they? B1 box cab, same kind of thing. It's a B style truck in the model. So I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, these are one of my favorites, guys. So they look like shoe boxes. They're shoe boxes with style. But the most pronounced thing about this set is the drive rod here. And then there's a counterweight that spins right here. So there's a motor that's right about here, right near these two lettering pieces right there, and that spins a cam that then spins the counterweight, then spins the actual drive wheels right there. So I always thought that was super cool. It looks like something out of outer space, like the little bars on the windows here. And this is an MTH model. Someone asked what model. This is an MTH Protosound 2 5-volt. It's been somewhat reliable. So, yeah, it's the toaster before the toasters. But no, this is not a toaster. AEM 7s are your toasters. And then also they called Dash 8s toasters as well, which I didn't know. But AEM 7, if you look them up, they're from, I think, 1973 to 2015. That's how long we ran the toasters on Amtrak. What's up, Big Rich? How's it going? Let's see. What's up, Mike Brooks? Heard someone call them shoe boxes on wheels. They do look like shoe boxes. I do reckon that. What's up, DT? Yeah, they're MTHs. Not quite as ugly as the FF1. Yeah, so FF is a different truck style. So FF1. But yeah, it's in that weird prototype stage trying to find their perfect electrics before the GG1s. And then downstairs, I've got another crazy electric, but it does not run. And that needs a board for sure. I think that's the oh god, I forgot the name of the engine. But it's in a box down there. He's a huge. Yeah, I've heard he's a Long Island fan. The weird motive power. But yeah, let's fire it up. Let's see what this thing can do. Now the weird car is behind it. Let's see. Give her like 16 volts here. What's up, Timothy? How's it going? But yeah, the weird motive power is always fun. Now this has a little bit of a glitch. The board, this rear headlight turns on when you get track power. It doesn't really bother me, but if you fire it up, both lights turn on. What's up, Will? How's it going? Thank you so much. Yeah, these are pretty wild. And then the cool thing is with this set, so this is before the invention of the air horn. So they had whistles aboard, air whistles. And then one thing I noticed up top, the bell is connected to a set of cables that go through the cab. Same with this side. So either side, the fireman or engineer side could utilize the bell as they were moving. And then these locomotives were very well known for delivering dairy trains and also doing commuter runs. So on the tracks today, we sort of have a dairy train with two commuter style cars. So it's kind of what I set up here, but they're all just odds and end road names. But we're just having fun. So let's do the forward. Oh yeah, this model is extremely fragile. Oh, then you can see the drive rods moving. Just such a weird locomotive set. So they're connected with a tether, and then also there is a oh god, what do you call it? Drawbar. Very, very short drawbar. But as you guys can see, we have all kinds of weird road names thrown in. We got, well, PRR would run with this. We got a Reading and Northern Fantasy reefer, REA Express reefer, and then I've got this reefer car that needs a little bit of work. I actually dropped this car a while ago. And then we got a Borden's milk car. And then we got some, we have a Long Island coach, heavyweight coach. That's been all weathered up. And then we have my Philadelphia and Reading President's car, just for fun. And that's the consist. So this is pretty much all I want to pull with this. I don't really want to go too crazy with taxing down this engine, but it does, or locomotive. Sorry, it's not an engine. The cool thing is it has 2 motors, which helps. But I don't want to. I don't want to break the poor girl. Jack shaft. Huh. Apparently, these could go up to about 60 miles per hour. Hunter, they are electric. They're third rail electric. But yeah, seeing these locos pass by just looks ridiculous. What's up, Dwight? How's it going? Has all kinds of complications. Oh no. There you go. Let's see the drive rods or the I guess they would be drive rods move. But nothing too crazy, just a mixed freight and passenger. Whoops. Now, I've been looking for a PRR set of these, and there's this guy at Timonium that always has the set I'm looking for, but he wants a lot of money for them. I think he wants over $600 for the set, and I'm like, they're pretty rare, but $600 for a Proto 2 5-volt. I know I'm going to have to replace the board in it, and this locomotive set has a BCR, so they've been sort of lasting a while, I guess. They've been alive. But I'll be honest with you guys, my hunch is that these have only survived because there's no smoke unit. And I know I've had issues with smoke units and Proto 2 5-volt boards. So I'm thinking because there is not a smoke unit with this set, that's what's keeping it somewhat alive. Same with some of my Maryland and Pennsylvania locomotives that I have. They've been pretty strong, honestly. They've been hanging in there. Coupler breaking off the F1. Oh, no. Hey, thanks, William. Yeah, just running something kind of crazy. And then also, guys, good news on the channel. I ended up purchasing another baggage car to do a modification that you guys are going to love. So I'm probably going to start working on that once that car comes in. But I needed a car that had doors that could open. And for some reason, I couldn't find a baggage car that the doors would open without having to be pressed in first. So like a lot of the newer style Lionel baggage cars, you have to push the door in first and then slide over. It's cool, but for the effect I'm doing, I don't need that effect. So I purchased an old school Proto 1 era baggage car. And I can't wait to get that hooked up and running. What's up, Bill? How's it going? Yeah, a little earlier start today. Could you imagine if the PR modify these with pantographs to run? Ooh. So, Will, I could see that, but honestly, these are pretty low speed. I think their max speed was like 60. And I'm sure at that speed, they're like clanking with the drive rods on the sides. So I'm sure Pennsylvania thought about it, but they're probably like, no, it's it's going to be a rough ride. I can't imagine going 60 in one of these things because of the counterweights and the motor and all that. They probably got extremely hot because the little cab in there, it's not air conditioned for being, early 1900s. What's up, Mr. Shades? How's it going? But I did hear that these were very powerful. Can you imagine the terror for the engineer at 60? Hey, yeah, it would have been a really clunky ride. I guarantee it. We can go a little bit faster. I think this is what, 15? Here we go. What's up, Mr. Shades? Hopefully you're having a good night. Here's 25. That looks about, cruising speed right there. But I will say this set runs very nicely, and the tooling of it is pretty magnificent. And I wish MTH would make stuff like this again. What's up, Old Ohio? How's it going? Later in life, the engineer of these Legos crashed. It's no big deal. Jeez. Yeah, it's like the guys, like the G5 is one of my favorite looking locomotives. They said riding in a G5 was absolutely miserable. And then the Decapod as well. Really bumpy railroad going side to side. Yeah, it would be pretty. We get that harmonic roll. It'd be pretty crazy. Another day in retirement. Nice. Yeah, I still have my my Reading president's car at the end. Lionel put them in backwards, so the bathroom is still towards the back of the the back of the train of the car, so you can use the toilet and look out the window. You guys will see it as we go back around, but there's a modification to flip that around. I just never did it. I'm like, whatever. So you got to go. You can look out the back window onto the observation deck. So right here, let's see. This is what those $150 cars are all about, guys. So right at the end, here's your toilet right here, and you can do some paperwork and look out the back window at the same time. So that's what you pay for, these expensive cars. I got a really good deal on this Strasbourg car, but it wasn't cheap, and it's not all that fancy of a car. It's pretty light plastic. Vietnam cars, no. Every day is Saturday. Oh, it must be nice. What's up, Train Man? How's it going? Oh yeah, it is a Vietnam built car. It took me a while to think about that. I was like, is it Chinese or Vietnamese? Yeah, built in Vietnam. But yes, these cars, it's like the interior is cool and all. Not really accurate to the actual business car, because the middle of the car, I think, is a kitchen. So there's like the front of the car, there's a porter. I think it's like a porter's quarters with a kitchen, and then towards the rear of the car, as you go back, there's like a living room, bedroom, and then the back is all parlor. So it's not precise or accurate to the Strasbourg Railroad at all. Built in Vietnam. The interiors are backwards. Had to cut the wiring. Yes. Yep. Years ago. Yeah, I do like the look of the car. I just wish they, for the price you pay for these cars, I mean, they should be like accurate. Yeah, the Reading car is very beautiful. The real car, uh, absolutely amazing, and the kitchen's really cool too. I think it's pretty much it's been left about the same as it was originally. What's up, Dathan? How's it going? If not accurate, at least put together properly. Yeah, exactly. Oh man. So oh man. So I obviously Dathan, I obviously didn't get those track jobs in your guys' track gang, so that's why I'm here on Monday. But I tried. No, so those jobs closed last week. So the awards already came out. It's all good. I bid a couple more things today. So always railroad jobs. They sent out so anyone who's unfamiliar with the railroad, should we include everybody in here. So on the railroad, you can put out, or sorry, assignments will put out bids, and then you fill out a bid sheet on jobs you're interested in, or jobs you think you can get, or with seniority, um, you can bid for, and they come out every week. Now, sometimes it's a lot of jobs, like if guys move around or the track gangs move to a different spot. Some people will leave the gang and fill another spot somewhere else, or they stay. And then also people will get awarded other things as they also fill out bid sheets. So on the railroad, if you're interested in getting into a different craft in the same, so if I want to go from a trackman to an operator, you fill out a bid sheet and you press your luck into getting into that roster. So that's what we're talking about here. I ended up filling out a couple jobs internally to do something else within my craft. So that's what railroading can be. It can be very frustrating at times because there's certain things that you want and it's hard to get. So it's just the magic of railroading right there. But that's it's all good, man. There's other jobs out there, and it'll be all right. Let's see. All right, let's get you guys over to the station side. The Alaska Railroad's hiring. I actually wouldn't mind that. It'd be a nice change of scenery. Let's pick up some passengers here. Let's start the PFA.
Jamaica. It's off Jamaica.
Oops.
Jamaica. It's off Jamaica. Hey, friend. I think this is your stop. It is? Oh, thanks.
What's up, Jerry? How's it going? CSX and BNSF, are they going to merge? I am not sure, honestly. What's up, Roscoe? How's it going? Future plans for the layout. Oh, God. So I honestly need to finish my townscape, and that's the next thing I'm going to be working on. That and the yard. My yard is a mess.
Good morning. Please have your tickets ready. Good day, sir. Good day, ma'am. May I see your ticket, please? Thank you. Watch your step.
I also love that sound on this engine.
Have your attention, folks. The shipment of milk from Sheffield Farms dairy is larger than usual today. It will take a little longer to load than normal. We'll get underway as soon as we can.
The PFA does like the milk train, gathering tickets, and also it's got the compressor that cuts in. One of my favorite sounds on the railroad is hearing a compressor start up. All right, here we go.
Okay, folks, the milk is loaded and we're about to get underway. Those of you with connections to Penn Station should have just enough time to find your train.
All right, here we go.
All aboard. Conductor's giving us the highball signal.
And there we go. Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite passenger freight announcements ever, because the attention to detail is just amazing. So they knew that these were milk trains. So it's like, what do they put in it? A milk train sound set. And then they have people loading onto the cars and telling about interconnecting trains. It's just such a cool, well thought out piece. Ad came up. What did you say? Oh, so future plans for the layout. So to the left of the station, I've got a giant missing place for a town. Now, I've been working on the town ever so slightly. The diner is down. I'm actually looking for other buildings to replace what I have, because I'm not entirely thrilled of my building placement. The other thing, too, I need to look up how to build like a sidewalk or a road to make it look, decent. So I'm not entirely set, but for right now, I might just deal with it. Now, the other thing, too, I've been saying this for like a year now. To the right of my control stand, I'm missing about 6 inches of railroad or 6 inches of platform. When the town's done, then I can build that piece and sort of fill stuff in. But until then, this is going to be close to what I'm going to be able to do up here. Now, the yard, I'm missing lots of detail that I wanted to add. I've got a coal tower. I want to move my water. What is it? The water spout. I want to move that into the yard with my coaling tower to make like a really small coal facility. And, that's pretty much my plan. But other than that, other than fine details and such, this is probably going to be the layout up here until I move out. Whenever that may be, I don't know. But I'm kind of out of ideas. And, it is what it is. I'm out of room up here. Now, my one idea up here would be to build a perimeter layout around the whole attic and do like a 2-track shelf style layout, but that's not going to happen in this house because the curves and stuff that I'd have to do. I've got a doorway I've got to keep clear. I've got the entrance to the steps up here. I've thought about actually moving my shop desk to the other side of the layout and then putting my shelf underneath the layout to save more room and to make more room and all that. But I just don't think it's going to work up here. So I think that's my my plan for right now. Just kind of stick with what I have and enjoy it. make it detailed. I also need to thin out some of my collection up here. I've got a lot of stuff, just extra weight up here in the attic that I really don't want. So we'll see how it goes. I don't have a lot of room for storage, but that's pretty much it right now. And I've kind of halted on buying cars and such, like on a big scale. Like I'm buying things that will become projects, and that's kind of the way of the channel right now too. I would like to continue doing more DIY electronic projects and concentrate on that aspect of the channel, doing more detailed work of what I have. MOW yard. I do have my my MOW camp, you know, cork, sand, and paint. That sounds like a great idea. I could do like stress cracks and stuff in there. It'd be kind of cool. What's up, Scott? How's it going? 90 subscribers from 10K. Yeah, that was today. That we just hit with that. So, but yeah, we're almost at 10,000. I don't know what I'm going to do for 10,000. I thought about doing another 24-hour live stream, but I did a 24-hour live stream, 3 years ago for my 1,000 subscribers, but I think it was just very taxing. So maybe we'll do like a special trip or something to somewhere train related. So I think that'd be kind of cool and document something pretty special. So stress cracks in court. Okay. I do not have any SKH. A trip to Europe. I don't currently have a passport, but I would love to go over to the UK and see their steam museum over there. Be kind of cool. Get to see the birthplace of railroading. But yeah, we'll see. You know, the final countdown. Crane and tender. Nice. Yeah, so the crane, I've got a couple of like DIY projects in the works, guys, and most of it's been under research and development, sort of thinking through what I'm going to do. And I don't know. Let's see. Get you guys over the bog. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure what to do for the 10,000 subscriber celebration there. I could do a very long live stream or something. We'll see. We'll see. Convert everything to 2-rail. That would so here's something funny. So that's actually hilarious. That would take a giveaway. So converting my entire collection to 2-rail would probably cost thousands and thousands of dollars. I know some of the MTH stuff is easily converted. Live stream the whole process. I would be live for like 3 years. But that is pretty funny. But we'll see. We'll see if we can come up with something. New steps are working. So the NCR was running a train today. They were shunting in reverse, going from, I don't know how far up they went, but it looks like some of the coaches were repainted for the season, and they were shunting in reverse. And I was like, hey, let's go see them real quick, because they're not too far. but we heard the engine. I'm like, okay, let me go check it out to see what was up. So we ran down the street, and we chased it essentially on the way home from work. So picked it up outside a railroad, and they were shunting in reverse uphill. And I don't know, maybe they were doing some type of what was it? Like media event at the tunnel or something up at the Howard Tunnel. So I'm not exactly sure what they were doing, but they had the full set of cars. And I don't know, maybe it was like a charter or something. I don't know. I have no idea. Are you going to run a steam engine? We could try to run. Oh, what's on the shelf? What's on the shelf? We can try to run. I do have my Legacy Atlantic. We could run that. That'd be kind of cool. I heard Amtrak was delayed because the NS derailed. Was that from the derailment in Harrisburg, or is that a new derailment? Because NS has to get their stuff together, man. I swear. They derailed. It's public. It's not secret information. It's all over Facebook. But NS derailed in Harrisburg. You're saying it's Harrisburg, right? Okay. Yeah, so that's nowhere near our stuff. It's close by. But I will say where that NS train derailed in Harrisburg, I've stood near that track. And I've worked adjacent to that track. And that's very scary because, I don't know how that derail happened. I don't know anything. It's not my my territory I'm working in. It's not my job to investigate, but it's scary in my opinion because I've worked very close to those tracks before. But I just don't like being that close to something so dangerous that happened, and it took out their signal, took out a bunch of cars. But I hear about NS derailing all the time. It's ridiculous. UP throws money at track. Yeah, I've heard they, are pretty well staffed and such in their track department. Let me run this around a couple more times, and then we'll see if the Atlantic is going to work. I have a Legacy Atlantic up on the shelf. The only problem is the front lights, the marker lights, were not working last time I ran it. But let's run it anyways, see what's going to happen. What's up, Dave? How's it going? Let's get some more volume here. All right. Alrighty, guys. So I'm going to remove the DD1s. There we go. Make sure I shut these down. Oh, yeah, the BCR is nice and charged up. Be right back, guys. I'm going to swap out these DD1s and swap them out for the Atlantic. Yeah, these are nice and cold. So these DD1s have dual motors. It's pretty awesome. Weaver running a Northern Caboose. That's cool. State of Maine cars are pretty hard to find. Not going to lie. All right, I'll be right back. Oops. Alrighty. I'm not even sure if this motor and this engine set is going to work right. It's had issues with this Atlantic last time. All right. Let's see what happens. Grab my handy purple remote. Okay. Let's try engine 4. 46. Yeah, so the headlight doesn't work. Awesome. And I just lost control of my engine. Awesome. Well, at least it's running. What's up, Loose Trains? How's it going? Uh-oh. Yeah, so I honestly think it's the light board up front. It's disconnected, so I might have to hardwire that at a different date. But we'll probably just run this. Or I can hook up a different engine, which I might end up doing. Let me see what we got on the shelf. Might just need to find some batteries up here real quick. Let me find some double A's. Now, if I had the Lionel latest and greatest, I'd be on tablet power right now. But I don't have that. So let me find some batteries. I think I have a couple up here somewhere. Let me see. Worst comes to worst, go conventional. And now the headlight works while it's in conventional. Would you look at that? Hey, Roscoe, thank you so much. So, you guys, check this out. Oh, she does not like that switch at all. Does not like the switch. Yeah, this model train's very picky. All right, let's test it out now. There we go. Yeah, I just scrubbed the track down a little bit. But yeah, thank you, Roscoe, so much for 15, man. Thank you. Oh, it died again. We are using, what's up, Rick? We're using a Z4000 transformer here. Yeah, it does not like that switch. All right, we're going to swap this engine out. Now, this is just an older legacy engine just being a Lionel mystery piece right here. So, loose train. So, I ended up buying this from a guy on eBay. He told me the smoke unit had issues, which is very common with this model. So, this is the Limburg Special. Came with the 2 passenger cars that I have. And the model has issues. And I knew it had issues. It's an actual TMCC retooling with a couple special parts they threw on and pinstriping. But the model has always had some finicky, just weird issues. So I knew the smoke unit works horribly on these engines because it's a vertical smoke unit. And Lionel makes parts for that, but the smoke unit costs about $100+. So the thing is with these engines, Here, I'll show you guys really quick. Hey, Daniel, thank you so much, man. That means a lot. Thank you, guys. Let me grab the camera over here. So just letting you guys know really quick, Williams has no issues. Oh, wait, Williams engines. I thought you were talking about Williams trains. But no, WTIU acted great at the last show. But really quick with this engine, and thank you everybody for the super chats. It really means a lot. Really helps keep the lights on, honestly. And I really do appreciate it, guys. But thank you all so much. And this model, the smoke unit that Lionel threw in here is a vertical smoke unit. So normally the heater is in one side and then the motor is on another, and it draws air through and pushes it out the top. This one draws air, I believe, through the top right here and then pushes it out through the top. And for some reason, they're just not very good units. But it's just weird how I think it's the wiring and it's a bunch of other stuff in here. But I might take this engine apart. It's so beautiful. And I mean, it runs in conventional, which is kind of cool. It does have whistle smoke. But if we just let this engine sit on the track. So now the headlight is on. You guys can see that. But my markers are not on. And there's all 4 markers on here. But the whistle smoke, I might have to fill it up. It's got this little faux whistle on here. And you pull this off. Little tiny whistle. And then you pour smoke fluid in there. Smoke fluid. So the whistle smoke on here is better than the stack smoke, which I think is pretty funny. But that just sits in there like that. And it's one of the earlier whistle smoke pieces. But it's a beautiful piece. It needs some help. And also the IR tether may be misaligned on here. So that's one thing too. So it's got that infrared tether. Yeah, it's losing connection right over that. But yeah, it needs the full 18 volts. That's one thing about Lionel, that Lionel heavily relies on that 18 volts power to get her moving. Compared to MTH, runs more of on a DC system. Lionel heavily relies on that AC going through your locomotives, which is cool. I mean, it's very old school, but I can run my DCS stuff at like 7 to 10 volts and still have the same amount of smoke output. Now with these, you have to run them the way their smoke units are wired. You have to run them at 18 volts to get adequate smoke. So you're not going to see that running in conventional. But yeah, we'll work on this. I might take this apart maybe this week and try to save her. But I didn't pay full price for this piece. I got it for a really good deal. So I'm not entirely upset or heartbroken that it's got some issues. When these came out, I think they were around $600 or $800. I think I paid like half of that of six. I think it was like $350 or something. So I'm not very upset if it has issues. It looks good on a shelf, and I really wanted this set growing up. And I remember seeing the Whistle Smoke advertised and all that. So it's one of my pieces, but it does run. It just needs some help. That's all. But we'll get her working. Let's see. What else on the shelf? Let's see. Do I have? Let's see if I have. You know what? I do have my PRR Camelback. We'll throw that on the track real quick. I'm going to take the Atlantic back to the track. Give me 1 second here. All right. All righty. Cool. Hey, Dathan's back. What's up, man? The alignment gave you a problem one time. That's what I've heard with the IR tethers. It can be a pain. All right, let's see. Now this was a TMCC. I upgraded it to MTH Proto 3. This engine runs great. Yes, Pensy. Yeah, this was also on my list when I was a kid. This came out like 1999 or 2000, and I really, really, really wanted this engine growing up. Let's get her going. And does the Ghostbusters start up? And this engine smokes like crazy. And then also, the sounds on this engine, like the air pump and stuff that you guys are hearing, is very correct on the single action air pump right here. So you hear it like breathing. It sounds like Darth Vader. You see, I can turn it up a little bit. Oh, it's already way up. So I always like that about the sound set. I think this is for a Camelback, a Long Island Camelback. What's the flavor? We're running root beer tonight from JT's Mega Steam. Simply the best root beer right there. And this was upgraded not too long ago. Hey, what's up, Daniel? How's it going? Thank you so much. It's got... All right.
Better get some coal in there.
And this is a smoker. vanilla float. That would be awesome. Halloween loco. So honestly, that would be a cool idea. This one is near and dear to my heart, but if I get another one, I could do that easily. It'd be pretty cool. Get you guys over to a different scene. Corner. Oh yeah, this is on the weathering list. Love all the steamers staring at me on the shelf. Yeah, so not all of those are command control. I've got on my shelf. I've got the CNJ 113, the Western Maryland I ran last week. We've got the CNJ Camel that also needs some work. A couple other pieces on the shelf. The Camelback was off the shelf. And then I've got my 2025, my semi-scale Polar Express, and then I've got my K-Line 040. But yeah, this engine's definitely on the weathering list. Can you double head them? I can't. The proto, so the Camelbacks, the one has a molded front coupler, then the other has a scale coupler. But then also, for some reason, the proto upgrade needs to be sort of calibrated using the tack paper. I have to either white or black out parts of the tack to match up speeds. And that happens with upgrades. Like I've had some upgrades that run slower than others because of motor sizes or tack paper. So that is one thing about upgrading these engines. Hey, William, thank you so much for stopping in. Have a great night. And guys, we're going to go till about 8:30 tonight. Unfortunately, I have to go to bed and wake up early for work, but it is what it is. There's the MOW camp. What's up, Ryan Rock? How's it going? Yeah, it's a great smoker. With this smoke unit, I think I machined the stack out and put in a brass tube, and I soldered that to the smoke unit. So it puffs out like crazy. Wait till you go slower speed. It does the puffing. What's up, PRR 3750? How's it going? Sound is breaking up. What's up, Daniel? How's it going? Doing all right. Running trains for a little bit, and then unfortunately I have to sign off. Just throwing some fireplace smoke unit fluid here, and I have not used this before. And it smells rather fireplace-like, so they are true to their word over at GT's Megasteen. Good stuff and good people. They sell a great product. Amtrak tomorrow, I assume. I hope so. I hope so. Definitely will not be seeing a Camelback tomorrow on the NEC, but you never know these days. Yeah, so my goal with the Life with Roscoe asked me earlier what my plans of the layout were, and I want to finish this yard. It kind of like dawns on me that I've got an unfinished yard. So originally I was adding in the Tortoise controllers for all my switches in the yard, and then I need to build a panel for them, and then also mount the panel, make sure it makes sense for an operator standpoint, draw my track chart, but then also finish installing the switch stands like I have right here. And then to the left of the camera on the main line, there's another switch stand. So that is on my, got to get this done list before I do anything else on the platform, and then add some more detail work. And then in the yard, I've got a lot of other stuff to do. Like I want to rip up the water spout right there and move it into the actual yard tracks next to my coal tower that's in a box. So stuff like that I need to work on. What's up, Rail Chief? How's it going? What's up, Strasburg number 90? I finally got to see 90, 2 weeks ago? And it was cool. I missed that engine. Finally got to see her run. And I haven't filmed 90, 2 years or so? It's been a while. What's up, Peter? How's it going? Do track work. Working on track. Building America's greatest railroad. And that is not sarcasm. I love my job. Very safe railroad. I trust them. I use the transportation when I can. And honestly, guys, if I could take the train everywhere, I would. And our tracks are very safe. We're putting in the latest and greatest technology and track tech that's out there. And, I trust what we do, and I love my job. And, not a lot of people can say that. Some people hate going to work. Some people dread going to the office. I'd say 99% of my days at work, I enjoy. The 1% isn't even work's fault. It's mostly just weather. Like weather conditions, like today it rained a little bit, made it muggy out, or the bugs. We got these like giant horseflies in Maryland where we're working. And giant horseflies, man. They're like the size of a silver dollar. And they just fly into the truck. That's the 1% of the job that can be challenging, dealing with things out of your control, like bugs and weather, wildlife, the mud. But that's the 1%. The 99%, I love every bit of it. Wouldn't do anything else. But yeah, this engine runs great. I absolutely love this engine. Just saw 90 this past weekend. Very cool. Yeah, 90 looked great. Paint scheme looks fantastic. Everything on it looks solid. Sounded great. I think they had an issue with one of the cars in the consist, so they were late. The whole day was late. Love my job, 43 years, never dreaded Monday, coming once, good for you. Yeah, some Mondays are, everyone's got the occasional Monday or like, the weekend's gone, But it's really not that bad, to be honest with you guys. You got to follow the rules, of course, and be safe. Look out for one another. And most days are, I've only had like a handful of like disastrous days, but it's very rare. Like I said, it's mostly weather. Weather is a huge factor on the railroad. Like I was, it was spring about 2 years ago, actually exactly 2 years ago. I was in a tie gang, and we were out on track, open, absolutely exposed, and there was a thunderstorm, and I've never experienced that before, and it's a little scary. You can't run to a vehicle. You're out on the track, and you have to sort of shelter in place on equipment. and stay away from the catenary poles, stuff like that. It's out of your hands. That one year we had like a foot and a half of ice out in on the Harrisburg line, and I had to be out on the watch, and I had to walk through ice. And the thing is, with ice, it also deadens the sound of the track. So it's a very interesting job because the conditions change, rapidly, and you have to assess the conditions and be safe about it. So it's very interesting how the railroad works. What's up, Chooch's Trains? How's it going? Love driving trucks. Rail fan whole time, 20 years. Nice. Yeah, I get to rail fan in my head. I can't record stuff. Cannot record anything on the railroad. So I see a lot of locomotives and train sets go by all day long. But the cool thing is that I get to experience that every day, which is really cool. Eventually, it does get kind of old. Like our train sets with our electrics are pretty much the same. You'll see like the theater car, the executive or president, VIP theater car will go by once in a while. They'll check on production and stuff. That's kind of cool. I've seen the FRA train, as they call it. It's like two group cars. One has looks very different. It's like a lounge, I guess, with an office or so. We'll see that go by. It's been a lot of fun. And then I get to see all kinds of freight trains too, of course. Let's get some good whistles here. MTH 425. Whistle goes off for no reason. I would contact MTH on that. It might be a program issue. You might have to reset the program. But I would do like what Jeff said, do a feature or do a factory reset on your remote. If you do not have access to a remote or DCS, hit the whistle once and then hit the bell button on your transformer 5 times. So it'd be 1 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on like a Z1000, Z750, and that would reset your engine. But it most likely is getting some type of signal for your track. Depending, you know what? Are you using like an old post-war transformer? Because that would do it too. And they tell you, MTH explicitly says in the instructions to not use a post-war transformer. So that could be what you're, what's happening there too. Or if your wires are in reverse. Post-war night. I only have, 2 post-war engines. I could do like a pre-war night. That'd be a lot more exciting. My post-war collection is pretty lame. Because all I have is my 2025. That's a beautiful little engine. But all I have is a 2025 and a 1680 or 16. What is it? 1668. Or no, sorry, a 1666. That's all I have. And I think the 1666 is almost like, I think it's almost a pre-war locomotive, almost. No poster pre-war stuff. I like running around Christmas time. Wilmington Western, 1907. Yeah, yeah. You guys also have the Doodle Bug too. Oh, let's make this engine crawl. Will it crawl? Barely. Get the labor up. Put her out of her misery. There you go. Sweet. Make sure this is all lined up. There we go. So, but yeah, guys. So really quick, this week I'm going to start working on a project that is going to knock your guys' socks off. I'm let's just say it involves a baggage car that the doors will be opening on their own, and we're going to have all kinds of sounds too. This is something I've been working on for a long time. I've been talking about sound cars for like the better half of 2 years of me building my own sound car. So I'm in the process of, I acquired the baggage car that will be putting sounds in, but I thought it'd be so cool when the baggage car stops, a timer will be triggered to then allow the doors to open on one side of the baggage car. I thought about doing both sides of the baggage car, but we might try that. We might do that. So I thought it'd be so cool to have a baggage car. When the train stops, the baggage car doors will open on their own. There'll be some commentary, and then once the car starts to move, the baggage car doors will close. And if not, it will be on a timer that only stays open for maybe 25, 30 seconds or so. So if the car just sits, it will be part of a cycle. So sort of it's on a timer relay chain. So basically you could set it for when the relay board turns on, it's going to start a countdown. So let's say like 10 seconds of sitting, then the car doors are going to open on their own. And then after 20 seconds, the doors are going to close. And once the car moves, I'm going to have it hooked up to a reed switch. So the relay board will not get power unless the car is stopped. So that is part of my plan for a baggage car. Now, I've been working on the technology of having a sensor with the doors opening and closing. Now, originally I thought about doing something similar to a tortoise switch. So the tortoise is always being applied power, but there are two sort of knife switches in there, cherry switches that close on the extremes. So if one, let's just call this the switch arm, it's in one direction, it's going to close the hinge, and that cuts the power, so it knows the switch is fully thrown. Then you flip it, the polarity on the motor or whatnot, and it's going to want to open and go to the other way. And then on the other side, there's another knife switch or cherry switch that closes, and the power turns off when the switch is all thrown to one side. Now, I thought about doing that, taking apart like a cherry switch or a switch controller, but they don't have enough range of motion. So we'll be using a servo with a power reducer board down to we're going to do 2 volts. So it's just enough to open up the door nice and slow. And then also it'll be enough so when the door is closed, my sensors, I'll be using magnet sensors, will detect the magnets so it doesn't push, too much on the door. So servos are very quick, or they can be very slow, almost like a stepper motor. But at around let's just say 4 volts, they're very quick. and I don't want to break the doors off or damage the car. So if I step it down to about 2.5 volts, it should be a nice slow arm. And if it, cuts power and it's still moving, it's not going to damage the hardware of the car. But that's my plan for possibly this week. I'm going to start tearing into the baggage car when it arrives. We'll put the servo in, test it out. I was trying this idea with a box car, but the problem is I can't find a box car that the shell on top of the box car comes undone. So if I could find a car that could do that, I could put all the electronics in. But if I get a baggage car, I believe I could find one that the roof pops off. And that's why I bought an MTH one. And the doors also move without having to push them in and slide them over. So that's my next big project. So that's the big next crossing project that will be out very soon, doing more R&D development. The soundboard, I already have the soundboards. Using these, if I can find it. Let's see. We're using these soundboards right here. I've been testing it. As you guys can see, it's hooked up to a power board. This is the sound module right here for a baggage car. Or actually, that's for a clickety-clack box car with sounds. So that's on my list of things to do. Also, Bill Castle. So Williams Grove show starts Saturday. So guys, check out Williams Grove's website. They're doing a steam and engine show, and they have the only currently running Pennsylvania steam engine, number 643 at Williams Grove. You can go see an operating Pennsylvania Railroad steam engine at Williams Grove. It runs on a semicircle of track, and it's a nice little train ride. There's the link right there, wghsea.org. It's a really nice property. There's lots to do. There's going to be food, music, tractor pulls, steam engine shenanigans, steam demonstrations. There's a sawmill, all kinds of cool stuff. I will be there for sure. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday to film and do all kinds of stuff. So I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. But anyways, guys, I have to run for the night. But hopefully you guys have a great rest of your week. It's a little bit past 8:30 here. So I do apologize, guys. I got to get to bed and wake up very early to get to work. But thank you all so much for stopping in. Thank you guys all for the super chats. Really means a lot. It helps out the channel tremendously, and also boosts the stream. All that algorithm stuff you guys hear about that, we're all still trying to figure out here. But thank you all so much for stopping in. Stay tuned for more projects. If you haven't yet, please check out my video from the Rough and Tumble Thresherman's reunion. If you like steam engines, the video is going to be for you. They have tons of steam engines. They have a Shay. They have a miniature Carnival engine that we rode. Just an amazing time. And also, Dave from DA Griffin in the chat also is there filming. So hopefully he'll put something out soon. I don't want to put him on the spot, but hopefully he puts out a video of his experience as well. So, but anyways, guys, have a good night. Stay safe out there. Have a good rest of your week. If you're rail fanning, please stay off the tracks. It's not worth it for that shot. It's very dangerous on the railroad, but take pictures from afar. Take videos from afar. Be safe, guys, and don't do anything too, don't put yourself in danger for a photo of a train. I see it all the time. Not worth it. But anyways, guys, we'll see you next time. See ya.